That's a little better. Hi, Stanley. Is that you? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright, at least freaking No Toes is not going to be in the talk tonight. Because No Toes is outside. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hale empath. I just like doing these little talks on the way I feel about things. Look at this, it's right above me. This is just too much. Those are the Bobbsey twins, the gray and black one, their brother and sister. Oh, you bashful, buddy? You don't want me to show your cute little face? The black one is like way more friendly than the gray one. But he didn't want to be seen. It's bittersweet. Everything's bittersweet. I can't milk this out any longer, so we're probably gonna I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow night or the next night, but we're gonna be in the new place because I just don't have that much stuff left, and I just need to get a truck and throw the big stuff in there and tear off that Band-Aid and new beginnings. Time for new beginnings, so I gotta leave all this stuff here behind. And it just makes me sad, just a little bit, because I just love all the critters. They kept me company, and it doesn't matter if I mean, they're gonna be more and more outside cats as they get older, whether I live here or not, and the risks that come with that are here whether I live here or not. So anyway, I made a fort, went and got a couple bales of straw today. Did you just fall? And put it under the porch and then closed the porch with the tarp and made it all look nice and stuff like that. So yeah, life goes on. Chapters are opening and closing and closing and opening, and portals are opening and closing and closing and opening, and everything's changing. I just don't like it. Yeah. I never had things too uniform, things I don't know how people make these lives for themselves where they just get to live the same year after year after year, year in, year out. It's just always the same. I get why those people that have kids, it's like you get on the program of the school rotation and then they're gone, the empty nesters or whatever like that. I always got melancholic when I worked in places where there was where people went on. Like I worked in a university, so you go, the kids for 4 years, 5 years maybe, whatever, and then they go on and they graduate and they go on with their lives, and then you see the new ones, come in. They pretty much evolve the same way or de-evolve, however you want to look at it. And then they go on with their lives, But I just always thought there was more to life than just doing the same thing over and over and over. It was a cold, crappy morning. It was like blowing snow this morning. It was so cold. I haven't turned on my heater. I'm like, heater core or not, I don't even care, man. I gotta freaking warm up, man. Sometimes my toes get so cold, it takes I didn't warm up until after noon this afternoon, after 12 o'clock noon. That's not cool, and I even dressed accordingly. But I don't like winter, man. I don't like cold. Uh, mm, uh, oh well. Mother Nature does not care. And the mountains are capped with snow tonight. It's really pretty though. It's really pretty. It's crisp. It's just, it's just early. It's just early for winter in my mind. So what else is going on? Oh, there was an accident in town here, I guess yesterday, and there was like 7 people and 7 kids from the high school or something involved, and one of them got killed. I mean, I know people know their kids. I know they do. I know they know if they're going to be safe drivers or not. You know what? I mean, do so many kids dupe their parents to thinking that they're these little do-right gooders and stuff, and then when they get out there, there's this like completely different side of them where they're all fast and reckless? Is that how it is? Because how are all of this stuff with adolescents, so much weird stuff with adolescents? Is it because of the video games? Is it because they just learned that it's cool to beat the hooker with the baseball bat because they do it in Grand Theft? I mean, I don't. Where have things gone wrong? Where's the breakdown? Where did people lose their spirit? Where do they lose that connection that says you just don't cause harm to other people? How many people don't get that message? How many people don't know that? How many people don't care? They don't care. Yes, you will be out there plenty of times soon enough. Come on, Mama. Get it. Come on, Mama. Oh, come on, Mama. Come on. Come on, Mama. Get it. Come on, Mama. Yes, you can go out with your baby. You can go out. That was the mom. She has the babies out in the car, so she can go out. What was I talking about? The weird disconnect in society where people don't know that you don't cause harm to each other. Where is like the self-governing? Where did people stop like with the whole it's just weird. It's just weird. I guess we've always been kind of a loner, huh, Ma? We always kind of just stuck to herself, and I figure that people that are in these groups and in their clubs and in their families and in their own personal ecosystems and all that stuff, I just think that they just treat each other better. And we live on a planet and people just don't treat each other very good. They just don't. And I get the whole, people don't love other people or things unless they love themselves, but are we really living in a society where so many people loathe themselves and have so much contempt for themselves that basically the fabrics of societies all over the world are dissolving? It's a trip, but it says it in the astrology. There's just huge turnover. There's huge turnover in governments, and it's going to be big plot twists. And I think it's all nonsense. I think it's all silly, goofy reindeer games. I just always kind of live my life as just looking at this planet going, of all the things that they can do, of all the ideas that they could come up with, that's the one that they're landing on, huh? Oh, crazy humans with their opposable thumbs. Just goofy, the stuff that they worship, the stuff that they pay homage to. And I did it too. I loved pop culture. I was all about pop culture. The album 1989, Taylor Swift, she helped me through a breakup, is what I tell people. You know, now she just put another album, like, this is like, I don't know. I lost track of her because they all do the same thing. They all want you to freaking look at them instead of living your own lives. You know, figure out their little codes and whatnot and play their little reindeer games instead of doing stuff that can be better and enriching for your life. And it's, I don't know, they even took music and took it to a weird stuff, but evidently things are coming back around. I mean, they haven't really put out, I like the music in the 90s. And I liked, like, the Four Seasons. I remember my first favorite song was Crystal Gale, Gonna turn what, the Brown Eyes Blue song. I used to sing that over and over whenever it came on. I loved it. But I kind of lost track of the whole music scene since, I don't know, the early 2000s, I guess. And then in 2016, 15, 14, I started paying attention again, and then I didn't really appreciate what I liked so much. I wasn't really liking what I saw or heard, or the storylines changed. It wasn't just like music, hey, they put out this album, it's really cool. Now it's shrouded with nonsense. Huh, little black toes. Your little black toes are so cute. Oh my gosh. I love them all so much. So, I did take one load up this morning. Just a bunch of knickknacks and stuff like that. And it was just so crappy and gross. And then that whole room up there is about done. So I think I'll go to the U-Haul place tomorrow and see about getting a truck, just a small one. Maybe the next day, I don't know. And getting us up there. Just tear the Band-Aid off. I can hear my friend Pam in Oregon right now. Just pull the trigger, Marge. Just do it, you know. Just do it. Just make it happen. Just letting them get comfortable with where they are instead of being anxious in where they're going. Huh, Ma? You ready to go up there? The new spot? We drove up there a couple days ago. You liked it a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting bail. I was throwing bales and stuff under the porch this morning when it was blowing. Actually, it wasn't snowing and stuff here, but it was blowing and snow in town and stuff. But we got home in time, and it didn't. Actually, the storm headed south. I don't know, man. The directions of the storms are weird because I wake up and the clouds are heading northeast, and then they shift. It's a trip. What else happened? You know, it's cold. It's cold. I don't even know what else to say. It's cold. I hate the cold, man. I just am such a baby when it comes to the cold. Oh, I ordered the steps for the DOGs. Because the bed's gonna come. The bed's gonna come. I got a picture of me and Tango last night. I'm gonna miss you little shit. He's got a better chance out here because he knows the area. It's winter, and I can't have him there anyway. But even if I like snuck him or smuggled him in, he just wouldn't be happy because he'd want to go out, and then he doesn't know the area, and that's just not a risk I'm gonna take. So sometimes, you just gotta love him while you got him, and he'll probably go out tomorrow, and maybe I'll see him again, maybe I won't. But I loved him. I love him. That love that I have for him, it just never goes anywhere, huh, Ma? Stupid feelings. It sucks having a big old heart. No wonder people shut it off all the time. No, I will not feel that. No, I will not do that. But I got my 5, my cat, and the 4 that we brought, dogs and Mom, and my dance card's full. I don't know what I'm gonna do with like all the extra sleep I might get because the cat's not waking me up and stuff. You know it. And I'll be pretty busy unpacking for a little while, and I'm going back to making really good food for us, Ma. Really, really, really good menu items. I found out a good place to get, if I do want to get meat, that I can buy it where it's local, which I prefer too. And it chances are it's probably grass-fed, which I think grass-fed is better. It's just me. Anyway, life is moving right along. I just am trying to do the next right thing, at a time. I'm just trying to still be a service and in service for other people and help other people out, the kid, we got the kid set up in a place. See, that's the thing, is where they were. It was he and his girlfriend, and then his grandma came, or her grandma came, and it was the 3 people occupancy in the kitchenette 1-bedroom place. So that's why they had to go. They got him set up 1 month at the hotel. So I hope those kids can't say that they never had a chance, because they've been given a really good opportunity to do something, to make big, those stupid video games, man. They just play with those, and then they don't do anything else, and then life happens and comes, and then the video games aren't going to bail you out. It's just, but where are the kids going to learn? I mean, where are the good examples on the planet these days? Where are they? Where are all the good examples? Not sports figures. Not any freaking famous person. And I always thought it was weird that people listened to what famous people said, like actors and actresses and stuff like that, when all they do is read lines that other people tell them to say. I mean, there's nothing authentic in that at all. At all. Yet people just, listen to what they say because they were in a movie. And then another club decided to give them an award. Oh, so they're relevant. It never made sense to me. All that stuff was silly to me. There's so many people that just didn't have just basic stuff that they needed in life. And yet so many resources are just thrown at nonsense, at pretend, at phony, made up, la 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 la. So people can sit there and stare blankly for 2 hours, or an hour to 50 minutes to 2.5 hours, depending on whatever. Really? All the other things in the world to be doing. All of the other things in the world to be doing. So, anyway, I'm gonna put together a station right there next to Mom where I can sit and have a nice light and then carve on stones. And that's how I'm gonna freaking pass the time this winter. That's how I'm gonna pass my time this winter. Because, man, I don't want to get... I hate getting squirrely. Yeah, I'm not a fan of winter. I just am not a fan of winter. So, anyway. What else is going on? Lots of stuff, but I don't really even feel like hearing the sound of my voice say the words. So, hi Tango. Come here, we fattened you up, huh? We've been fattening you up, huh? Yep, you can go out tomorrow. I've been fattening them up the last 4 days. Yep, good boy. He's a good cat. He's gotten big. Yep. Anyway, so new beginnings. So many new beginnings. And then it's like things get comfortable for a while. And then there's a new beginning. I was thinking about that today. About this season, what Scorpio season means to me. And that is like, I don't know, when I was used to be involved with recovery and stuff like that, they recommend that, like, at the end of the day, you go back and you do an inventory. You just go back and you do a list, like, where was I a jerk today? Like, where was I unkind? Where was I selfish? Where was I, where and how could I do it different? Next time, how can I do it different? And I think of, okay, that is something that you do at the end of every day. Well, I think of fall, winter is the end of every year, is like the nighttime to the year. And this is an opportunity where people get to look back and say, okay, where, in the event that they didn't do it on a daily basis, now, okay, go back and look at how was I collectively as a whole? Was I more selfish or was I more selfless? Was I more in service or was I more living for Marge? And this, and people can just answer them stuff for themselves. And when you live more for yourself, it just comes back to you, man. That stuff, all that earthly stuff, all that stuff you can't take with you, it just... Retail therapy stops working. All that stuff, man. But I don't know. There was a debate today with, like, well, how much do you help people? How much should somebody? I think somebody deserves a really big break. I think everybody in life deserves, like, I don't care, everybody deserves like a really big break. I got my big break when I met my Earth Angel. It took 48 years. But sometimes people just needs to know. And then there's those that just don't even recognize the gift in which they're getting. They just think that, I don't know. There really are people on this planet that think that the world owes them, that, like, something like that, they don't have to contribute. There's a lot of people that don't think that they have to contribute. Everybody needs to get freaking calluses and blisters on your hands one time. You got to work hard in life. So you appreciate all the people that do all the hard work the whole time. And now, if you look around, people aren't even doing the hard work anymore. That's why it's taken so much longer for things to get done, because they're just, you don't have able, capable people to do this, to do said job. And there's just so many just like shysters out there, you know, people that are taking people's money to do a job and just bailing. You know, you careful. Everybody's all about their Second Amendment rights. Start pissed. You know, before we know it, we're living in the old West. Living in the old West, where you know, people are taking the law back into their own hands. Like that doesn't happen all the time, anyway. Anyway, let's see. I just am trying not to be too anxious. I'm just trying to keep it nice and even keel. And just like when I think of it, you know, like I was gonna go buy a couple of cat beds, because once I leave, like this is all gonna go and this is where they sleep and stuff like that. So I was gonna put a couple in here, and this is even gonna go. So I was gonna compensate a little bit. A little bit, not too much, just, you know, a couple parting gifts. What do you think about that, Ma?
It's a good idea.
Think so? Think they'd like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll go ahead. I think it's supposed to be like 54 degrees tomorrow. Oh my goodness. It'll be fine when I'm on the other side of it. I won't be a big old soupy mess. Sad mess. I won't. Why does it always... Technology is so jacked up. It's so messed up. I want to hear other people's stories about how jacked up technology is. Like here's the thing. On Craigslist, when I search on Craigslist, I always look for these options. I do like a 15-mile radius. Now Craigslist isn't even loading. Fucking what is happening? All right, housing. I don't want that. Craptastic. Housing. All housing. And then in the options, I was doing like 15 miles. Right? And then when you put in the 15... You put in the 15, it brings up the number pad, right? It's been driving me crazy for weeks, because when you put in advance to the box, it brings this key up. It's the zip code. It should just be the number keypad still. It's the same fucking script. And the other day, it like showed up. Or like it was the number pad. And I was so excited. I was like, finally somebody fixed that. And now now there's continuity. And then lo and behold, I looked today and it went back to the original craptastic way it was. What's going on in this world? I ran into Scotty, defender of ants, at the. That's what cracks me up. Like when I see people on YouTube or social media or whatever. Sometimes you just see people and you know you're gonna meet them. You just know you're gonna meet them. You just because you already knew them. You already did. It just hasn't happened yet. And I've had a few experiences like that. I've had a lot of. So I like telling stories because just freaking wild stuff happens. Life happens. When I'm not planning, when I'm not paying attention to how I want to plan my life and direct it and how I think I want it to go, some really interesting stuff happens in life. Yeah. So I'm a human computer interface guru. I'm a HCI guru. So yeah, the dog, I got these are the dog stairs I got. There they are. It should be big enough because it's like the mattress and the stand that the mattress is on, so it's supposed to be theoretically when you in a fun world where you put an address and the item that you order goes to that place. But see, I live in the 90s. I live in Taos, New Mexico, and we are so far in the past that I get like 50% of the stuff that gets sent to me. It just poof. It's just bizarre. It is such a funny thing. People have said, "Hey, can I send you stuff?" I'm like, "You can try." If I'm supposed to get it, it'll come. It'll get to me. I think a gal I went to high school with, she sent something. It made it to I don't know, and then it went back to San Francisco, where it started from. She's like, "Should I send it again?" I'm like, "It's up to you. I have no say." So, yep. Hopefully it'll get here. Anyway. I'm just tired. I just was feeling squirrely and wanted to get my squirrels out of my head, out into the tubes. I just always feel better after I talk about stuff. It just makes things I don't know, puts them in a doesn't make them so huge and so colossal and so scary. And then I think about things that other people are going through in their life, and and fucking hell, it's only been a month since my freaking sister. I found out. It's only been a month since I found out my sister got killed in a motorcycle accident, and all the stuff that went along with that. That was weird. That whole thing was weird. And I still didn't drink. I didn't do that. I didn't do one of those. I still didn't drink any alcohol, no booze. So and I got to hear a really cool story my dad told me. And there's been some good things that have come from such shitty circumstances. And just try to find positives in freaking really shitty situations, and I keep doing that, and then I guess life won't be mostly shitty. That's it. Can't be much more than that, because anybody can look at how things don't work out for them and then just wallow in that. That doesn't even sound like a warm, cozy place to be. Not at all. Huh, Ma? Gotta be in that attitude of gratitude? Yeah? Yeah. So I see people in the Midwest, they're doing their annual traditional hay rack rides and stuff like that. See, I did that. I do things like one time and I'm good. I did that one year. It was fun. It was cool. I get why, like, you know, I get the appeal. But people do it like people wait a long time in lines and stuff. And I never went to that Vala's pumpkin patch, and people get like season passes and stuff. And I mean, because like all that mainstream stuff, it's just it's the people, it's the crowds that make it unfun. You know, people that like just throw their garbage on the ground because there's somebody else there that'll pick it up and all that, and just the whiny. And I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the parents. I don't know. But I did it. We did it on a small scale. It's like back in 2002. I did the whole hay rack ride thing. Yeah. Went in the Midwest. Do the hay rack ride. Didn't have any like cocoa or anything like that, but had a lot of good experiences like that. Fall, I've always had a special place in fall because I love the cold crispness, and then I can turn the heater on too and stay warm. Reminds me a lot of Blind Melon. No Rain. That was a fall song that I'd listen. I've been around since like 94, 95. I saw Blind Melon. They opened up for Page and Plant when I went to see him in Mountain View. Right before the lead singer died. I was never a super fan of Blind Melon. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I got my yayas out. I got my things to be grateful for. Mom's good. Dogs are good. Stanley's good. Sucks. He's gonna hate it. He's gonna hate his ride out to the house, and then he has to come back to the vet for his dental on the 2nd. So it's too. Oh well. What are we gonna do? We're gonna get all settled in and cozy dozy and stuff, and we're gonna have a new background, and the story will go on and it will continue.